What up, guys? So we're going to play some Trove, because I like Trove. And guess who's joining me is MCTY. Finally, I forced him. Basically said you're grounded from your computer if you don't play Trove with me. No, I didn't really say that. Actually, what we're going to do today, though, is we're going to collect some Radiant Shards, because I want to show another way to make some FLUX. And I know some people commented on some of the previous videos on doing collection of Radiant Shards. And I know somebody said, you know, if you can make a ton of money on Radiant Shards if you had a ton of characters and you just stack them all in the tower. And, you know, they're all your character, right? And so you just basically invite them all, or they all join you and they sit there, and then you beat the tower and you collect basically 10 times as many Radiant Shards, which is probably pretty awesome. But I don't know if that breaks any terms and conditions or not. I don't really know the answer to that. So what we're going to do, though, is we're just going to collect the two of us. And we're going to use our Shadow Hunters because we can get distance shot with that, which is really cool. So we should be able to get most of the Radiant Shards per tower. We'll probably split it, start somewhere near the top, and one person hits the bottom kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So also, we wanted to talk about the price, right? So Radiant Shards are something, they're not very expensive to buy. So I can see the cheapest here is 3.5 for huge blocks, right? 1,000. I mean, I'm really hoping we're going to get 10,000, because if you wanted to make 50,000 bucks and they're $4 each, you'd need over 10,000 Radiant Shards, which is a lot.
We'll make about that.
We'll make about that. So also, MCTY mentioned that as you do these towers, you can possibly get...
I actually got one. So, yeah, if you search it by unit price, there's this one guy selling 98, and that's 1,200 per each. But if you sell them one at a time, it's 1,400 flux per Radiant cash.
So you get Radiant caches as well, and they're worth how much did you say again?
1,200
nice.
1,400.
So that's actually going to be awesome. So if we get some Radiant caches, that'd be great. So I'm going to sell my existing Radiant Shards here. I'm just going to sell them for 4.
And you
just
can
get rid of them out of my inventory so we can have a blank inventory for Radiant Shards so we can count them at the end.
And you can get those Radiant caches by just playing around, just by like farming the Dark Hearts and killing Titans, which are the big, I don't even know what to call it, the golem things down there.
Oh, yeah.
I would recommend that you have like over 5,000 power rank, otherwise you'll get absolutely demolished.
Well, I only have 5,000 power rank on my Shadow Hunter. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this for 30 minutes, and we're going to fly around and beat as many towers as we can, and so we'll let you know when we get back, because you guys won't even see the 30 minutes of playtime. We're going to pause it. So we're going to start the timer, start taking on these towers, and we'll be back in 30 minutes. All right, and we're back. So we actually did pretty good, I think. So if you look at my inventory, I ended up getting 5 Radiant caches, so we'll have to go see what they're worth. And then I also got 4,700 Radiant Shards. So what'd you get, MCTY?
I got 4 Radiant caches and 4,920 Radiant Shards.
Yeah, so he must shoot them faster than me or something. I don't know. So now if we go to, let's look at the marketplace. So it looks like we can sell them for 4 apiece. That's pretty much the fast going rate. You might be able to get 4.5, but I don't know. Look at these 4.4s. You're going to sell them in stacks that large.
I'd sell 4.
You're going to need to sell them for $4. That's your fastest bet to get rid of them. So, because I want to sell them literally in one blop. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop these in here.
Make some flux as well.
I'm going to actually sell 2,500.
Yeah, don't you have to add this?
At 4, so that's $10,000 there. And then if we come in here and I say, I'm going to do these at 250.
I'm going to sell the whole stack.
You are?
Yeah. And just sell that for 4. Man, that was a lot of money.
So I'm going to see what, yeah?
Yeah.
Did it already sell?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Kidding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put mine in individual here. I don't know if you guys watched some of my previous videos, but I ended up buying, some of that guy. But you know what? You can hate me all you want, but the reason this game exists is because of the people that actually pay, because that's how businesses work. So what I'm going to do, though, is I ended up getting all these 18 slots open, and that will give me the opportunity to sell these. I'm hoping I can sell them in smaller blocks. We're going to see if I can get a little bit more out of them instead of $4 a piece. I'm trying to sell them for 5. So let's see what happens there. I'll let you know in another video if I actually end up selling them for that price. So what did we make then?
Well,
let's see, I got 10,000. So if you sell them for this, I did 10,000 there, and then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Get the calculator out.
Yeah, this is way too much. So if I do 9 times 1250, That's 11,250 plus the 10,000. So we're looking at 21,250. But the other thing that we need to look at are those Radiant caches, right?
Yeah, so I made...
So the Radiant caches, the cheapest I see is $1,200 a piece.
So I'm selling my 4 for 4,800.
So do people buy them in large stacks, or do they want to buy one at a time? So then we could take that and we'd drop them in here. I'm going to sell them. What did you sell yours for?
I sold 1,200 a piece.
1,200. So you'll probably sell them pretty fast. I think that's literally the cheapest one out there. It's $1,200. The next one up is $1,399. So you could say $1,250, or I'm going to go with like $1,300. Let's see, if that's $6,500. So we'll add that, $6,500. So I actually made 27,750 flux in 30 minutes of going after Radiant Shards.
And then if you have a friend with you who's willing
Yeah,
to
and if you have a friend and they're willing to actually give you the money, then you'd make double that. So, but I want to point out, though, because we're on bonus day. This is actually bonus week, and so everything's a bonus. So we got literally the shards were coming at 3 times the rate. So I'm a patron, so I get 200%. On a normal bonus day, you get 100%. So for every 1 shard I was collecting, I was basically getting 2 more. So I'm getting a total of 3.
So basically...
So that's the reason I think we had 4,700. I wouldn't have had 4,700. It would have been the third of that.
Well, this is how I make flux. So I only do it on the... usually, I used to only do it on
The bonus days?
Yeah.
So when you get ore, you do the ore on that day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So that's actually not bad. So if you wanted to make a decent amount of flux, you could make, with Patreon running on a bonus day like that, we could make, it's 27,000, I think I said, in 30 minutes. You can almost make $60,000 in an hour, 60,000 flux. That's
Or
actually
if you
pretty
have
good.
a friend who's willing.
So if you want to make flux, what you could do then is you do some Radiant Shards, and if your friend's willing to give them to you, get his as well.
60,000 for
And
30
if you
minutes.
want to try that trick where you basically take a bunch of other accounts and you take your characters and you stack them underneath in the tower with you, and then you go do the tower yourself, and then you basically have all the shards there. You could essentially, if you had 10 of them, but you need 10 at a pretty high power rank to do it. So you'd have to have 10 characters that are fairly well played. And then you could just stack them at the bottom and make a ton of Radiant Shards. Again, I don't know if that's a violation of terms. I don't really know the answer to that one. I didn't try it. It's just a whole lot of work to get that many accounts running. I'd barely have time to play the one account that I have. So.
Well, I was going to try it, but I gave up.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's going to be it. And let us know if you have any other ways to make flux, because we're always open to making flux. I need more flux. Okay.
Yes.
See you, MCTY.
Bye.
Bye.